Shalom, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone and taught us his truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful Akim, teaching and preaching his truth with all righteousness and sincerity. This Akawasab, today's lesson is entitled, Every Israelite is not worthy to hear this truth. And Lord willing, you be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, the true names of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son. And as always, the sit downs, the lessons, the street speaking is for the remnant, the elect, the Israel of the Most High, and to you as the gospel preach. So, yeah, it's always about the elect, the remnant, the Israel of the Most High. And according to biblical prophecy, that's who the Lord is going to be dealing with. All right, let's go ahead and set the foundation with Zechariah 13. And Zechariah was a prophet, of course, an Israelite, and he was on the scene during the Medo-Persian Empire. He was contemporary with Haggai, Ezra, Nehemiah, Joshua the high priest, and Zerubbabel, the governor of Judah. All right, he was on the scene during that time. But this is Zechariah 13 and 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass, and it shall come to pass." Now, when you come across this phrase here, it's talking about prophecy. The prophecies are very essential to this truth. In fact, the prophecies, that's the testimony of the Lord Yahweh Shai when you read in Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. But continuing on here in Zechariah 13 and 8, that in all the land, this land is talking about Babylon the Great, which is America, which will be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction during World War III. It saith Yahweh. And when you come across Lord, all caps, when you go into it, it's Yahweh. That's the true name of the Heavenly Father. Two parts therein shall be cut off and die. So you often hear us speak about the 2/3. All right. These are the individuals that will be put to death here in Babylon the Great. All right. And continuing on, it says, "But the third shall be left therein, left for deliverance." The third, the remnant, the Israel, the Most High, the election. All right. The beloved. All right. This is the part that we are striving to be a part of. Okay, you don't want to get cut off and die here in Babylon the Great. It says, "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried." So the elect will go through Jacob's trouble. All right, they will go through the hour of temptation, which is when Esau, Edom, the global elites, will be pushing out that implantable technology. That's going to be a trying time. In fact, when you go into the hour of temptation, that shall come in the earth, as you read in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, that word world there in the Greek is oikomene, which means the whole inhabited earth. So, the global elites, they're going to push this technology all throughout the world. China, but the focal point of the Lord's destruction is Babylon the Great, though. This place is prophesied to get just totally annihilated by way of fire. Like as I was mentioning earlier, by way of the missiles and the laser beams out of the chariots, the so-called UFOs. And that reminds me that I got to do a lesson on the UFOs, the UAPs, which is the aircrafts that the angels travel in. So, that's going to bring the destruction here to Babylon. So that's the focal point of the prophecies. But, the whole world is the global elites. Everybody, all the elites is on this implantable technology. That's where everything is going, But the elect will be tried during that time. But the Lord is going to keep them from the hour of temptation. So the Lord is going to put the spirit on the elect to, denounce that. And the Lord is going to protect them. So they're going to be tried. All right. And it says, "They shall call on my name." All right. The name of the Lord. And that's another very essential thing to this information that we bring out. Knowing and understanding and calling and believing in the names of the Lord. All right. So we was going into, when you come across Lord, all caps, there is Yahweh. And of course, it's through his son, Yahweh Shai. which is he whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So, through those names is how we're gonna, call on the Lord. All right. And we believe on those names. It's prophecy. We're reading the prophecies now, how the elect is gonna, or the third is gonna be calling on that name. All right. So we will have to have the name. And I will hear them. So we in a time where we're in that acceptable time where our prayers is being heard. So you want to constantly send up your prayers and constantly establish that connection with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because the Lord is going to be leading us and guiding us through the Spirit during Jacob's trouble. You know, so you got to call on him. Got to build that rapport. And then also you want to be offering your body a living sacrifice, which is acceptable unto the Most High. It says that the Lord loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. Don't you want to be beloved of the Lord? Don't you want to have that title of beloved? Well, the Lord love none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. So you want to be applying the truth. You want to be filtering the scripts through your life, the best you can. We're not perfect. We're made subject unto vanity, so we're gonna go off. It says that a righteous man falleth 7 times and get back up again. So, you're gonna have, your ups and downs and your tribulations in your life. But, you know, um, as you strive for perfection and you try to, walk in righteousness, and you being charitable, because charity cover a multitude of sins. Showing love to the brothers, breaking the bros off if they need it. That gets you good with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You start noticing the hedge of protection getting strengthened, you know. But hey, you calling on that name. Because that's the Lord is gonna be hearing those individuals. All right. I will say it is my people. So the Lord is dealing with Israel. That's the nation of people that he hath chosen over all nations. However, there's a elect within the chosen. There's an elect within the chosen. That's who the Lord is dealing with right now. That's the Lord's people, the elect. You know, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. So the elect will acknowledge that the Lord, that's where the power at. That's our power. So as we establish that, we understand that this is only for the elect. All right. Now, going back to the title, every Israelite is not worthy to hear this truth. You want to not be the Jake that hear this truth. And this lesson is geared to the newly tuning in, Akim. You don't want to be the Jake. Jake is short for Jacob. It's a term that we use amongst the bros. You don't want to be that Jake that's all at work, all at the bus stop. You know what I mean? You all at your family gatherings. You texting people long text messages, sending people emails, you wearing fringes. You don't want to come in that vibration. You want to live a private, secret life. Now, where you will want to push the truth and push this righteousness on the level is out there on the highways and the byways. That's when, you in that mood. You got your garment on, and the spirit of the Lord working through you, and you bringing the precepts out in righteousness and sincerity, rightly dividing the word and truth. Standing boldly before the face of those that made no account of the labors. If you want to, be like that, then you want to go on the highways and the byways. You feel me? But as far as outside of that in your day-to-day life, you want to blend in. You want to be sheep in the midst of wolves. Like we in the midst of these people, but we're sheep. We're different. So now here in Matthew the 10th chapter, Yahweh Shai is sending forth the disciples, which later became apostles. And actually, this chapter is the Great Commission. And they were sent as we're going to read to the Israel. So we're going to start in the 5th verse. It says, "These 12 Yahushai sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not." Yeah, so the Lord Yahushua is telling, them where not to go, the Samaritans, which was in northern Israel. And when you go into the history, after the split during Solomon, you had Rehoboam, and Rehoboam ruled, and it was a succession of kings. And during the time of King Hosea, the northern kingdom was exiled into Assyria, and then those Assyrians put heathens there, and those heathens were given to priests, and the priests taught them the law, the statutes, and commandments. So through this process of time, you had heathens there believing that they was Israelites. All right. So what Yahushua is saying is, look, don't go to Samaritans, because you're going to go to a people that's going to be acting like they are descendants of Israel, and that they keep the law, statutes, and commandments, but they're not. Now there was Israelites scattered amongst them, because it's written that we're scattered amongst all nations. So it was some scattered amongst them, because the scripts talk about the Good Samaritan, which was an Israelite that was amongst them Samaritans. And then, in fact, when Yahushua met that heathen woman at the well and told her that to go and get her husband, he could have very well been an Israelite. But anyway, verse 6, it says, "But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." And this commission still stands today. We're going to the lost tribes, all right, to the Israelites. That's who this doctrine is for. That's who this glad tidings is for, all right, the Israelites. "And as ye go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand." So as we out there on the highways and the byways, we're preaching, or we're prophesying, because that's what preach means. "Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely have ye received, freely give." Now, the disciples, they did receive power, so they had the ability to heal different ailments, which some men in this time will have that same power through the Spirit. All right, because there's no new thing under the sun. But we're spiritually healing the sick, cleansing the lepers, and raising the dead, and casting out devils through the doctrine. Because the doctrine that we preach, all right, it expels these demons. Because sicknesses and different things, those are demons. That's why when Yahweh would rebuke a demon out of somebody, they would be made whole. So people with different ailments, whether it's psychological problems, those are demons and evil spirits and foul spirits on them. But through this truth, we cast out, devils. Through this truth, Jake has turned away from eating unclean foods. All right, being junkies and drug addicts. All right, coming out of different lifestyles that was leading them to destruction, whether it was being stick-up kids and thieves, all right, robbers, finessers, adulterers, so it cast out devils. It says, "Provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his hire." So we didn't need to have a lot of possessions on us, because the people were supposed to take care of us as we, preach the doctrine. But we know how it is with Jake, and how it is with the economy and everything. That's why the Lord take care of us, So verse 11, "And into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter," all right, because, we in different cities, sometimes you travel to different places, or you may teach in a spot for 2 years, something happened there, you got to teach in another spot. So, we enter into different cities and towns, different areas. It says, "Inquire in it," inquire who in it is worthy. That's the point. We're supposed to be looking for the elect because the elect is worthy. All right. They're worthy because the prophecies say they're worthy. The Lord said, "It is my people." Remember, we read it in Zechariah 13, verse 9. They will call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, "It is my people," and they shall say, "Yahweh is my power." Those are worthy. Those individuals will be worthy for this information because it'll be a spirit in them from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to receive this information. Remember, we're spirits and bodies that have lots given unto us by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to fulfill in earth. All that predestination, free will, all that's make believe and fairy tale. As soon as the elect, if you are of the elect, you hear this, you're gonna believe it. All right. It's okay to ask questions and all that, but the elect is going to believe it because it's prophecy that they're going to believe it. So worthy, the third entry of one who is merited anything worthy. When something is merited, it says merit, the quality of being particularly good or worthy. Lord put the spirit on them to be worthy. That's why we don't boast in this, because it's not that we know all this information and we, constantly go out on the highways and the byways. That's of us. Nah, this is of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's a spirit on us to do this. Remember, if this work be of man, it will surely come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, you will even be found to fight against the Most High. So, if this was of us, this would have came to naught. We would have got tired of it. We would have switched it up, found something else to get into, found a hobby, got in a relationship, But this is of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. And there abide till ye go hence. All right. So it's all about who in it is worthy. All right. These lessons is for the elect. Now let's get another one over here in Romans 11. The point is pretty much established, but let's get another account. This is Romans 11:7. Now, the book of Romans was an epistle that Apostle Paul wrote to the scattered Israelites that was in Rome. Contrary to popular belief, Israelites were scattered all throughout that Greco-Roman Empire. All right. All up and through the cracks and crevices of it. So, Apostle Paul's lot, or his assignment from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, was to go and gather the Gentiles, which the Gentiles that were gathered by the preaching of Yahushai were scattered Israelites that were amongst the Gentiles, taking on the Gentile customs. They grew up in that Greek lifestyle, and they didn't know they was Israelites. But then the doctrine was preached unto them, and it was coming back on the next Sabbath day, wanting to hear the teachings. So those was Israelites that was programmed to believe the truth. So when you read the book of Romans, Galatians, Ephesians, it's that same sentiment. Those are Israelites over there. But it says, Romans 11:7, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, because we're a people that seek for truth, So that's the spirit in us. Now, whether the Most High wants you to seek the truth or seek lies, because it's the deceive and the deceiver are his. If he wants you to be deceived, he will have you to get deceived. If he wants you to have a stumbling block placed in front of you, he will put that there for you. So it's the Lord that direct truth, but we do have a spirit to seek after truth. That's why we fill up these different religions and other philosophies. All right. It says, Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it. These are the individuals that were worthy, and the rest were blinded, the 2/3. So I'm going to leave it at that. Lord willing, it was edifying to the elect, the remnant, to Israel, the Most High. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us the truth. Shalom. Stay strong.